Welcome back to Bell Ringers Podcast with yours truly, Ryan McDonald.
And I'm Ty Press.
As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thebellringerspod and follow all of our social media platforms at Bell Ringers Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. TikTok is back. It's alive. Went away for about a day.
Not even 24 hours, Ryan. we were all in a panic for absolutely no reason at all.
But today we're going to look back at the conference championship games that just went on this past weekend and go over our preseason picks for the over-under totals and playoffs and see how right or wrong we were.
Did you include the the awards?
No,
I guess we didn't.
Awards
are out yet.
Awards are, yeah. That's why I didn't bother.
Sense. All right, so recap games first. First game, obviously, of the weekend was the Eagles versus Commanders in
versus
Philly.
Little Brothers.
Yeah, we little broed them.
I was kind of right.
Yeah,
so we're gonna little bro them.
Yeah, that
so
was
shit on
that
them.
was an absolute slaughter and was amazing to watch. Obviously, final score was
55 to 30 something. Let me get that up.
55, I think, was the most points ever scored.
55
in a
to
championship
22,
game.
I think that just said. Yikes. 55-23.
23, that's what I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of these, but I believe 55 was the most points scored in a conference championship game.
I don't know why you think I would just have that information.
I don't know if you saw the same thing too.
I think it is.
Obviously, you can confirm if you saw it as well.
Pretty sure that is correct.
There was another, I think 7 rushing touchdowns may have tied the record ever scored in a game. Anything on that one either?
No, I do know that Saquon is. I knew he already had the most rushing touchdowns out of 60 plus rushing yard touchdowns out of anyone in the season, postseason and regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But then they showed a stat where he also passed wide receivers for the same stat. So he just now owns the most 60 plus yard touchdowns in a single season.
I think he's 40 yards away from most yards in a season, including playoffs.
I knew he was close. I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had 150 to go.
Yeah, it would have been really cool if they just didn't take him out at the end of the game. But that's kind of Washington's fault for not being in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was also awesome seeing Shipley break one loose.
Yeah, but I would have liked to, for betting purposes, I would have liked 200 yards from Saquon.
Oh, 200.
Would have helped me out.
Dude, I mean,
would have won $780.
If you saw my post the day of, I busted probably 10 minutes before. I had 2 parlays built. I forgot to post them. But 10 minutes before game time, I was like, you know what, dude? Saquon's getting first touchdown for sure. Just drop 50 on it. And then I'm watching Washington drive down the field, kept converting 4th down conversions. And I'm like, don't score a touchdown. Don't score a touchdown. They kick the field goal. We get a 40-yard kick return. The first play of the game, Saquon breaks a 60-yard touchdown loose. And it was just immediate satisfaction. I never had a bet hit so quickly for me that it was just awesome. And then I think I had one of my 2 parlays hit too. So I think I bet 75, came out with $320. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Was not that lucky. I bet the 2 and that was it. Josh Allen didn't get in the end zone in the second game for me.
Yeah, I mean my picks didn't do great. I had Saquon anytime touchdown.
I rated the Bills too, right?
I had Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, and I had the Bills. Travis Kelce didn't even get in the end zone.
Yeah, so
and then the Bills.
3.
Yeah, 1 out of 3.
I got 2 out of 3. AJ Brown also got in the end zone.
Yeah, there you go. Who was your other touchdowns that you didn't have?
Josh Allen. I needed him to get in the end zone.
Gotcha.
He got close a couple times, but just couldn't fit it in there.
Yeah.
Should have went with James Cook, but oh well.
Yeah, I was feeling James Cook too. But, I don't know, Kelsey's just such a playoff beast. I really thought he was going to do it easily. But going back to the Eagles game, it was just on all aspects of the field. They had the worst rush defense, and Saquon was just destroying them. I think he ended up with only 118 yards.
Yeah, I mean, other than that big run, he only ran the ball 15 times. It wasn't like he really got that many touches.
Great game of Jalen. Jalen had, Saquon had 3 rushing touchdowns. Jalen had 3 rushing touchdowns, and then I think Shipley had 1 rushing touchdown, so that was the 7. But Jalen through the air and on the ground just played efficient. He's still just not turning the ball over. He's just playing smart football and what he needs to do to win, and you really can't get mad at it. There's 2 stats actually I also have, and I don't need you to confirm these ones because I do know these for sure. That Nolan Smith is the sack leader in the playoffs.
Yep.
And Quentin Mitchell is the interception leader in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know Nolan has 4 sacks.
Q got his 2nd interception today. He didn't have a single interception in the regular season, and then had one last week against the Rams. He got one with the Rams or the Packers?
I think it was the Rams. Had to be the Rams.
Rams. He had one against the Rams last week, and then just absolutely mossed Scary Terry, and then did a spin off of his celebration, which was just amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a dominating dominating game.
Yeah. I mean, once again, we get 4 turnovers from them and we give up 0. So it's kind of just a pretty, you got to take the ball away and keep control of it when you have it.
Yeah, that's a recipe for winning. 4 turnovers and not giving it out.
I was getting a little annoyed in the beginning when they kept going for it on 4th down and getting it, and especially that fake punt. I knew the fake punt was coming out when they were taking so much time at the line, and like the guy was like calling like different like mic checks and stuff like that. I was like, they're definitely gonna throw the ball here.
It was 14-3 too at that point. Like you got to do something to get the ball rolling. Like,
but, I knew for a fact it was gonna be a fake, and I think some of the our defenders did too, and they kind of looked like they tried to cover Sinnott on the edge. They're just a little too late.
I think Trotter was on him, and I think he tried to push him into the line more, and the guy kind of like was able to like sneak through. Yeah, I mean that was a good play by them. Had to do something there, but just overall the defense was locked down. Played great. Got the turnovers. Like it's just pure joy watching the game. Really, it's hard to like describe it any other way. Like I was at Xfinity Live. We did the Xfinity Live tailgate. Saw Kevin Hart. He was there. That was pretty exciting. He was at the tailgate. He didn't go into. He wasn't chilling with me in Xfinity Live. But yeah, it was just great atmosphere. I mean, Xfinity Lives can be crazy, and I'm not always the biggest fan of it, but when you have an electric game like that, it is a great place to be.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate Washington on the first conference championship appearance in about 34 years almost.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you again in another 34 years because you're not making it back.
I also would like to congratulate them on capturing the Hard Rock Cafe in Philadelphia.
Didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, like that was
the
brutal.
amount of people were like, I'd never been there in my life.
Yeah, I don't know where this is. And the guy came out like a speech, like literally, like they did this big feat, like, oh, we knew we could do it. We wanted a safe place for all of us to get together. And it's like, it's not even like to watch the game.
That's why you chose that place.
Yeah, like, oh, you found the one place that you can reserve 50 tables on a Saturday night. Like, yeah, dude, no one cares about that place.
You chose no Chickies and Pete's. Pretty obvious.
Yeah, you can't do the Chickies and Pete's.
Couldn't do McGillen's. Couldn't do Xfinity, obviously.
Yeah, that'd been stupid.
You chose the one place that no Philly actual like person knows about.
The best was there's video.
I gave him a lot of business, but
yeah, okay. So I was thinking about this too. So you're a Philadelphia business owner, and you say like you work at like a bar or a restaurant, and it's Saturday night before a playoff game, and you have like what I assume your place doesn't normally book out. The entire night is booked out, so you're pretty fucking like jazzed up.
Yeah.
And then one after another, it's just people wearing the opposing team's jersey. Like,
raise hail.
If they didn't know about that going into it, like I don't know how I would handle. You don't want to be like, fuck you guys, get out of here. Like you can't like turn them down when they already reserved the table. But like it's got to be a weird feeling. Like
I think a place like that, not being like a mom and pop kind of bar, probably wouldn't care as much, especially with the fact that like it's probably like I've never heard of anyone saying, hey, let's go here for the Eagles game. So they probably don't get that much business on Eagles games. So the fact that they were getting that, they were just like, we'll just take what we can.
They did that Saturday night though. That
was it? I thought it was Sunday.
No, because that guy that made that speech was at the Eagles game.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so it was like a Saturday night. He's like, oh, we all wanted somewhere safe to get together. I'm like a business owner in Philadelphia on Saturday. I just see my restaurant swarmed with Washington jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not going to turn them away.
You don't turn it away, but I'm just going to, like, I was thinking, like, I had this, like, I was driving. I'm like, how would I handle this situation? I was like, part of me would, like, put on, like, either, like, Saquon rushing, like, biggest plays of the season, like, throw them on all the TVs, but, like, I don't know if that would really get to them too much.
I did see, I think it was on the news, one bar got, in Philly, must have been on, like, the Washington Commanders website for being, like, a Washington Commanders bar in Philly. And he's like, I don't know how this, like, got on there. Like, me and my family have always, like, blood green. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So I am now, like, no Commanders fan is allowed in here. Just not allowed.
You gotta nip this in the bud.
He's
like,
just like, nope, that's not happening. That's not what this bar is.
Yeah. I gotta overcorrect this. Like, I'm not allowed. You're not allowed here at all.
He's like, yeah, we were one of the first bars to have, like, the direct TV, like NFL Sunday package or whatever. So he's like, yeah, we've shown like a lot of games, but like when it comes to the Birds, that's what's on the TVs. Like, I don't know what they're saying about this.
You showed 3 Commanders games and now you're a Commanders bar. Anything else on the game?
I don't get anything else on that one.
No, it's just overall great. I mean, like Jalen really proved like you said, he had a great game. Threw the ball. I think he threw for like 2 something, right? He had like 260.
Yeah, 246, something like that. I think it was like just under Jaden's passing yards. Yeah, but he also probably threw a lot less.
And a lot less interceptions. Overall, great win for the boys. Moving on to spoiler alert, Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
We get our rematch.
Get the rematch. Who would you have rather have played?
Kansas City. I think we'd have an easier chance to beat them. Plus, I want the rematch.
I wanted the rematch, but I also like Buffalo more as a team.
I like Buffalo more. That's what would also make it like feel worse.
I know.
I think our defense can stop Kansas City's offense pretty easily.
I also and not that it means anything to them really, but like if we're playing Buffalo, I think all of the country wants Buffalo.
Yeah, for sure.
And if us playing the Chiefs, all the country wants us,
Yeah.
except for obviously their respected area. But like that is it does kind of feel better that knowing that like we have the majority of the sports fans rooting for the Eagles.
And like if they were to get the three-peat, we would have started it, and now we would have just let them get it again. But it'd be nice to be the team that just like ends their three-peat chance.
Did we do that to the Patriots? Or we were like, I think they had if they would have beaten us, he would have had a 3-peat. I think we were like the second game. He won. I think won one, lost one, and then won again.
Maybe.
Pretty sure we were like we stopped them in the middle of like a dynasty
Yeah, that
run.
might be true.
Yeah, I guess moving on to Chiefs game.
Yeah, I mean, this one started out pretty close. I mean, the Bills couldn't score on their first drive. Then Kansas City goes down, scores, put them up 7.
I'm gonna level with you. I'm gonna need you to cover a lot of this game because I was on Broad Street.
Yeah, I fell asleep at a certain point in this game.
Like I truly was hammered on Broad Street, just screaming. I was running up and around and people going like "belt to ass, belt to ass." Like it was just a absolute crazy scene. But I forget what bar we ended up at. I think Ladder, and we were watching I think we watched probably like the second half maybe of the Bills Chiefs game, but like I really missed a good amount of it.
But yeah, I mean, like the first half was pretty close. I mean, they went into halftime 16-21.
Chiefs?
Yeah. But then it's just the second half when, I mean, it's still kind of always close, but the Bills, I think, had a moment where they went for it on fourth down just barely. It looked like they got the first down, but then they kind of called it back. Chiefs were able to go down and put them up 29-22. And then the Bills came back, tied it up, but then the Chiefs finished off with a field goal.
Yep, well, we're getting the Chiefs. Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl, and it's not much more. We're trying to stop a three-peat. No one wants the Chiefs to win. No one wants them to keep doing this. Last Super Bowl sucked. I think at least we can make it to a point like we provide the most fun Super Bowl. I think the Super Bowl is going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Like that last Super Bowl when Niners Chiefs, that was the most boring thing I've ever watched. Like, that was truly a shitty game. We're getting Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that at all.
Yes, I think her name's SZA. I hope I don't fuck that up and embarrass myself there. But
Well, that is someone's name. I don't know if that's who's going to be there, but
is it?
It's
Is
an
it a
artist.
woman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then it is her. Kendrick Lamar and her. She sings Kill Bill. I know that. I'm trying to think of it. They have a song together too that is pretty good. But yeah, Holly's pumped about it. I was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. Yeah, SZA, no way. All right, do you want to go into our
yeah, I guess we can go.
preseason predictions?
We're gonna start with the AFC South. Tennessee Titans were over under 6.5. They finished under that total, meaning me and Trevor were correct, and Ty was wrong. Big Tennessee Titans fan.
3-14.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Not a good season.
Way off on that one.
Indianapolis Colts over under 8.5 wins. Finished 8-9, so just under. All of us were correct. I think I kind of expected less than that for them.
I expected. I remember when I just got a flashback of when we were doing this and we had their roster up. Like, who the fuck do they have besides Jonathan Taylor? Like, their team is not good. I'm happy we pulled that off, but yeah, that was way closer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of helped that they played the Jags twice.
True.
Who finished at 4-14 under their 8.5 win total, and we were all wrong thinking the Jags would actually do something.
Ugh, Trevor
Got
Lawrence.
their coach fired, their GM's now fired, so it was not a good season for the Jags.
No, Dougie P.
Then we get the Houston Texans over under 9.5, finished just over that. We were all correct. I think we all also thought that would probably be finished higher than that 10-7.
I mean, we can go there when we get into the playoffs. You can definitely see I was very high
Yeah.
on the Texans, but yeah, they finished 10-7. Like I said, half of a game over that 9-5 prediction. Let me take the West.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going on to the AFC West, Denver Broncos over under 6.5 wins. They finished with 10-7. Not one of us had that.
Yeah, I might have picked them to be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah,
It was not correct.
I mean, I think a lot of people did. So, yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders over under 6.5 as well. They finished 4-13. Me and Ryan were correct on that one. Trevor thought they would be over on that.
Must have been a Gardner Minshew fan.
Yeah, I don't know where his head was at really on that. Los Angeles Chargers over under 8.5. I think I was high on the Chargers this year, so they went
Yeah, I think most of us
11-6. All of us had them going over that one. And then the Chiefs were 11.5 total wins, finished 15-2. All of us were correct on that one as well.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy Easy guess for all. AFC East started off with the Bills over under 9.5, finished 13-4. Trevor and I picked the under. Ty picked the over.
Called
Then
that one.
The Miami Dolphins over under 9.5, finished 8-9, so just two games under. Trevor and I were wrong picking the over. Ty was correct picking the under. If Tua stayed in the whole time, I think I might have been correct. But
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
the New York Jets, the football Jets, 9.5 over under, finished 5-12. We were all wrong, thinking that they would be over. And then the New England Patriots over under 4.5 wins, finished 4-13, hit the under, and all of us were correct.
That's a low
that's a
total
close
to
one.
fucking hit. That's crazy.
And really, they probably could have been over. They
They had a
played
lot
pretty
of close
strong.
games, yeah. Moving on to the NFC, starting off with the West. The Niners over under 11.5, finished 6-11. Me and Ryan both thought that they were going to be a powerhouse team again, and Trevor was the only one that called that. They finished 6-11. Rams over under 8.5, finished 10-7. We all had the Rams going over that. The Seattle Seahawks over under 7.5. They also finished 10-7. We all had the under on that, so all of us are wrong there. And then the Arizona Cardinals were over under 6.5. They finished 8-9. Me and Ryan were correct, having them on the over, and Trevor was wrong with the under.
Go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals.
Moving on to the NFC South, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over under 7.5, finished 10-7. So we're all wrong. Yet somehow this is Ty's pick for the the division winner. Makes
Which-
no sense.
1 out of 2. Not bad.
New Orleans Saints over under 7.5, finished 5-12. We were all correct picking the under.
Nice.
The Atlanta Falcons over under 9.5, finished 8-9. We were all incorrect on picking the over.
Oh,
So
shit.
that's where you picked the over, and then you just didn't match them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Carolina Panthers over under 5.5, finished 5-12, hitting the under, and we were all correct.
You could say it's better that I messed that up because I at least got one of the
Well,
two
yeah.
choices right. It doesn't make any sense for me to have the under on the Bucks wins, over on the Falcons wins, and then have the Bucks winning the South. But you know what? We'll take a win where we can
You
get
were
one.
wrong with both your over under picks, but you somehow got lucky in getting it correct.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. All right, moving on to the NFC East. The New York Giants were 6.5 total wins, and they ended 3-14. All of us had the under on that one. The Washington Commanders were over under 6.5. They finished 12-5. All of us had the over. Cowboys were 9.5 total wins, finished 7-10. All of us had the over on the Cowboys, so we all were wrong on that one. And then the Eagles are over under 10.5, finished 14-3. We all had faith in the Birds. All of us had that one.
NFC North, the Detroit Lions over under 10.5 wins, finished 15-2, all correct on the over. Green Bay Packers over under 9.5, finished 11-6. Me and Trevor were wrong. Ty was correct.
Again.
Minnesota Vikings over under 6.5, finished 14-3. We're all wrong. We tried to pick the under, and they surprised us this year with Sam Darnold. And then the Chicago Bears over under 9.5, finished 5-12. Ty and I were correct, and Trevor were wrong on the under.
It is funny looking at it now. The Bears and the Jets had an over-under of 9.5.
Yeah.
And
There's
they
a lot of
both-
hype going for the Bears, and just
Yeah.
did not even get close.
They both went 5-12. All right, AFC North. I got the Baltimore Ravens over under 10.5 wins. They finished 12-5. All of us had that over. The Cleveland Browns over under 10.5 wins. They finished 3-14. And me and Ryan thought they were going to get more than 10.5 wins. Goddamn, Ryan.
They're a good team, as I
I
thought.
know, but Jesus Christ.
Forgot just how bad Deshaun Watson was.
Yeah, that's crazy. We had Deshaun Watson getting over 11 wins. Pittsburgh Steelers over under 8.5 wins, finished 10-7. All of us had the under on that. Damn.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin keeps his streak alive.
Positive seasons. Cincinnati Bengals over under 10.5 wins, finished 9-8. Ty and me and Trevor were right. Ryan was wrong. Ryan was very high on the Bengals. Weren't you?
Yeah, I thought they were going to do well. They could have if they had any sort of a defense.
All right. So in case you're keeping track, the results are Ryan ended up 17-15, positive score. Trevor ended up 18-14. Again, overall, didn't do bad. But your boy went 20-12 and won yet another set of predictions.
Don't worry, just wait for his conference championship picks.
Yeah. I know. Listen. You're winning the playoffs by a good margin now, but
Yeah, so in terms of the playoffs, my division winners for the AFC were all correct except for I had the Jets over Buffalo. I think we all kind of end up having that. And then my wild card for the AFC was all incorrect. I had the Chiefs and the Bengals in the conference championship, so I got one correct, and I did not get my Super Bowl prediction correct. So I think I had the Bengals going, but that's all right. And then my NFC, I picked 3 out of 4 correct division winners. I had Atlanta over Tampa Bay. That's my only incorrect one. And then my wild card, I had San Fran, Dallas, and the Packers. So only the Packers were correct. And then I had Eagles, Rams in the championship game. Would have got close to that. I mean, they did play each other, but
just a little too early.
Yeah.
My AFC division winners were all right, except I also had the Jets over Buffalo. My wild card was also all wrong. My conference championship was the Jets versus Houston, which Jets didn't make the playoffs. Houston didn't. It wasn't the first round exit like we thought they were going to be, but they got pretty worked by the Chiefs in the second round. My NFC division winners were 3 out of 4. I had San Fran over the Rams, which is that what? No, you had.
I had the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams winning. Okay, look at you. All right, 1 out of 3 of my wild card were correct. I was wrong on Atlanta and the Rams, and I missed out on Minnesota and Washington. And I had Philly and the Birds and Detroit were playing in the conference championship, and 1 out of 2. Got him right.
And then Trevor came in with his same thing for the division winners for the AFC as us. His wild card was all wrong, and then he had the Jets and Kansas City in his conference championship game.
At least one of them.
And then his NFC division winners, he missed out on San Fran and Atlanta. Instead, there were Rams and Tampa Bay as their division winners. And then he had 2 out of the 3 correct wild card. He was wrong on the Rams because they won their division and missed out on Minnesota, but he had Green Bay and the Commanders. And then he also had Philly and Detroit in the NFC title game.
Did I fuck that one up too? Because I think I was the only one that was high on Green Bay.
No, I had Green Bay in the wild card.
Yeah, but you guys all took them as an under 9.5 wins.
Yeah, teams can still make it.
I know. I'm just saying, it's pretty crazy. I had them at over 9.5, and did I have them in the playoffs? Yeah, I did have them. But I'm just saying that's funny that he had them that high and then under 9.5. I mean, I guess you're right. They could make the playoffs with 9 wins, but so I mean, I don't know how you wanted to tally up who did the best there.
I wasn't gonna even bother.
Yeah. I like I said, the most embarrassing thing here definitely is my AFC championship being the Jets and the Texans.
What's it? Because we tied with the division winners' correct picks.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor was the only one with a one less correct answer. Well, no, you have one team in the title game or the championship game that was correct.
Yeah, you guys both have Chiefs and Eagles. Yeah. I don't know. Everyone thought the Jets. I mean, at least Trevor had the Jets there too, which makes me feel a little bit better. But it's hard. It's hard making predictions early in the season. Like I said, you look at some of these win totals and you're like, that makes no fucking sense. Like the Browns being 10.5 is crazy.
Well, they're a good team the year before that. I really don't think anyone expected that big of a fall from Deshaun Watson, and I think I kind of expected Nick Chubb to kind of come back in the season earlier on than he did. He took I feel like 10 weeks, if not more, to come back instead of the 4.
Commanders had the same over under as the Giants, 2 completely different teams. The Bears had more projected wins than the Vikings, which is completely opposite records. It is, like you said, you really don't know. It's a gamble for sure. But I guess, when do the awards get announced? Is it this weekend?
It's either, I don't know. I don't know if it's before or after the Super Bowl.
I feel like it's gotta be before. Definitely. I think it might be this weekend. This weekend we have the Pro Bowl, which I'm kind of sucks now, if I'm being honest. Not too excited about them.
Thursday, February 6th. So they won't be announced by the time we record next, unless we record late in the week.
Ah, shit. That's kind of... I mean, then, yeah, I guess we'll just do it as a postseason thing while we're celebrating. I did time a vacation perfectly. So we have, obviously, the conference championship with this weekend. We have, kind of a bye week, which is the way I consider it with the Pro Bowl. I really don't give a fuck about the Pro Bowl. So we're trying to plan a Disney trip, and I was like, we're not doing a Super Bowl weekend, and we're not doing a conference championship weekend. I was like, I don't really give a shit about the Pro Bowl. So, yeah, I'm leaving for Disney. A nice short week this week. Leave for Disney on Thursday morning. Fucking pumped.
Oh, okay. That's why you wanted to. Okay. Makes sense now.
That's why we're recording on Monday this week. Just so I guess give Holly more time to edit. Do you have anything else for this week? Like I said, we kind of are in a little... We're going to do a bigger breakdown, I guess, of the Super Bowl matchup next week when we record. But like,
Yeah, we don't want to use any of it up now.
do we have like the Pro Bowl rosters?
Yeah, we have some of them, I think.
Okay.
But like we have to wait for like everyone to like announce that they're out and stuff like that.
True. Yeah. That's I got
Like we haven't found out what reserves are going in and stuff.
You know who's not gonna be there? The fucking Eagles.
Yeah, buddy.
Because we're in the game that matters. I knew it was going to be a kind of a short week this week, but we got to do the breakdown. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, send our videos and clips to your boys. See if you want to ride any
Or
bets.
ladies.
Or ladies, yeah. I mean, we don't judge. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. This dude kind of tried to shit on me. I don't know if I'm still on the offensive. When I like corrected you, I'm like, yeah, it's called hail. And the guy was like, it's actually called sleet. Hail's when it's bigger balls of ice. I'm like, so it's still ice coming out of the ground. Like, what's the measurement of how big it's got to be considered?
If you want to be our official weatherman, we're fine. We're
Yeah.
just gonna end up hitting you up for all the weather reports every
how
week.
big does the ice have to be considered hail and not sleet?
Yeah, were you measuring it out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all talk, but no, we appreciate all comments, and whether they're good or bad, it's fun seeing them. It's fun chirping back too every now and then.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that on the anonymous thing of the official account. So you can't tell who's responding
It's
back.
a flip of a coin whether it's gonna be me or Ryan, but
It's probably pretty easy to tell when I just put in a bunch of stats and say,
dude,
it's obviously
that
not
was
him.
the funniest one because this guy said something and you went actually and then did a paragraph of statistics. I was like, damn, Ryan, you fucking really came for the jugular there.
I had to tell him what was good.
I was cracking up reading that. Like he just ran off statistics and
I think I just ended with, please educate me on how you're correct.
This is, you can tell who's who because my comments are like because it was funny and Ryan's like here's all my stats on the matter. That was great though. If you're excited about the Pro Bowl, have fun this weekend. I mean, I guess it is kind of. I don't even remember even caring.
I don't even know if we're doing flag football anymore. I don't know if that's a thing or what's going on with it.
Dodgeball still.
Yeah, I think that all is still going on.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. All of our tags are at the bottom there.
No, actually at the top.
At the top there.
Above me.
Over there. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week to break down the Super Bowl with the Birds and the Chiefs.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, baby.